Afternoon guys, hope you're well. Coach Matt coming to you again live. It's Sunday, it is first session of the week. This is now our 16th live coaching session. Just going to make sure I duck slightly into the view today as who's on top of my top of the head. If you're in the house today, let us know who's in. Drop your name into the comments below. There's the first one. David, hope you're well. If my eyes deviate away from the camera and I'm looking over here, it's because I've got everything up on the screen again. Eamon's in the house, hope you're well. Coach Brian will be on the comments today. I'm leading today's session. You'll have Coach Hakeem on Tuesday and Coach Brian on Thursday. Sue and Chris, hope you're well guys. So today guys, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be following on from last week's passing session. We're actually going to be doing it in the air today. So a little word with the camera. You need to make sure again that you've got your parents' permission for today's session. If you don't necessarily keep in time and you need to spend a minute just sorting your area out, that's no problem at all. But what we're actually going to be doing is having the ball up in the air today, and we're going to be having a bit of aerial football. So we need to make sure you have a space that you can work with. A wall, if you're in the garden, brilliant, because you'll have a wall outside. Maybe the back of a sofa. We're not looking for great power today, but we are looking for great accuracy. What I've done, I've already prepared myself a little target that I've just blue tacked onto the wall. If you can do that, brilliant. If not, no problem. Find a target that you can put on the floor. So just down here, I've got a blue cone, which I can use as my target, so that when we're returning the ball today, I can try and get my weight of pass right by dropping the ball onto the cone. So that'll be one of the ways that we can monitor the challenges today. So you'll need parents' permission to make sure you can do it. I don't want TVs being smashed. I don't want mirrors, windows, vases, anything being smashed today, because we are getting a little bit aerial with the ball. Obviously we want to try and hone these skills, the passing we've worked on, the dribbling, the turns, etc, etc. But we want to now just get the ball in the air a little. So you need to get that thumbs up from mums and dads and just make sure you're safe in space. Failing that, I'm sure your parents are there with you, you can get them with the ball in their hand to feed for you today. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be feeding out of my hand, like that. You can get your parents or a brother and sister to do that. So I saw a few guys were on a moment ago, I think it was Matt McKenzie and his brother. So you guys can do this together and you can work together. Just like we would do in a normal training session, if we're ever doing a feeding exercise, we can feed in from the hands. Professional footballers do it all the time. So use a partner, use a parent. They can get involved with this really well today. I, of course, don't have that luxury today, so I'm going to have to be using the wall myself, okay? So we'll get started in about a minute's time. We'll just wait for a few more to drop in. So there's one example, Finley and Brody straight away, they can work together here. So they can share the ball, they can feed each other. One can work for 1 minute, and then the partner can work for a minute after, okay? So if you are feeding, don't be launching the balls at them. Make sure it's a nice feed into them as well. I'm going to be using the inside of our foot for everything we do today. Nice cushion volleys, working left foot and right foot. I can do my little dance now, my little jig. All right, we'll get the balls involved in just a moment's time. If you are just joining late, I've already talked about using some targets today. So I've got cones, you can use a bottle. I've just popped a little star on the wall there, which I'm going to be aiming to hit. If you don't necessarily have the ability to do that, no problem. Maybe just a target on the floor. It could be one of your tiles, a book, drinks coaster, anything you want it to be. Just make sure it's not a cat or a dog or something. We don't want to hit that. So, all people jumping in, which is brilliant. So the guys just joining, we're going to be using the ball in the air today. So parents or partners might need to be involved with this one. So a good one to work with your child, in which you can help feed for them. But I'll explain a little bit more as we do each activity shortly. To start with, hi Taj, hope you're well, and Rod, hope you're well. Here guys. To start with, football, flat surface, wall, back of a sofa, garden wall, door, whatever you want to use. Make sure it's safe. All we're going to do to start with, you can take the ball in your hands. I'm going to move my target out of the way for the moment. Don't need that at this moment in time, I was just showing that. All we're doing to start with, we're just going to make a little pass into the wall with our hands, and we're going to cushion the ball back. So it's in with the hands, cushion with the inside of the foot. In with the hands, cushion with the inside of the foot. Now sometimes that's going to happen, the ball's going to drop short. Alright, so we're just throwing in, cushioning the ball so it comes back to you. The beauty is if you hit the wall, it will always return it back to you, but make sure it goes into the hands first. In the hands, cushion volley. in the hands, cushion volley. Great one for your goalkeepers as well. Make sure we're getting that ball back in. Hopefully you can all see me on the camera. Yeah, you can see me. So into the wall, cushion. If it's against the sofa, against the sofa. All right, we're not looking for any great power. We're just looking for nice technique and then cushioning in. Test yourself out. Go across to your opposite foot. You want to work both, like you did with the passing the other day. So pop it in, cushion. Pop it in, cushion. Sorry, you're looking at the back of me today, guys. Just the way it works. Got a new dartboard on the wall, so it's taken out the other wall, unfortunately. So this is the only spare wall. The pictures had to come down. Back to the right foot again. We're just going to work for about another 30 seconds. Into the hands, cushion volley. Into the hands, cushion volley. No great power going into this, guys. What you can do if you need to, you can just have a little bounce and just cushion it back up. So it comes back into the hands. Pop it in, cushion it back up. As I've mentioned already, you probably noticed already, if you haven't got a wall, or you've got, I've taken my picture down, I've got a clock over there, and things all around, dartboard, etc, etc. If you haven't got that space to do it against a wall, parents, perfect for you. All I need you doing is just feeding the ball into your son or daughter so they can cushion the ball back to you. And here comes my ball. The window is that one for me, okay? So just make sure you've got a nice, safe enough space. If you're in the garden or have a wall to do it, brilliant. You guys carry on for the moment. All right, Coach Brian will talk about a few of the technical skills and the coaching points through the comments. But myself, obviously, I'm going to try and show, do, and talk to you at the same time. All right, so guys, just hold it there a second for me. Take a little breather. Hopefully you've now worked out your space and you're able to actually find somewhere and you've got the ability to be able to do this today. It is a bit more of a difficult one to do than just dribbling around in a small space or passing the ball off of a flat surface or a flat wall, because we are going a bit aerial today. But of course, we want to try and get all these little skills into these videos. Tuesday is when you're going to need to as well, because Tuesdays is going to be keep-ups. We'll talk about that for Tuesday. Coach Hakeem will lead you through that one on Tuesday, okay? So, a little bit of a challenge now. What we're going to do, we're just going to spend a minute, just as our first little challenge here, using one or other foot, up to you. If you want to use your strongest foot on your right, or your left foot, it's up to you, whichever you're most confident with. If you want to use both, brilliant. Okay, so for now, all I need you to do, from the hands, you're going to go in and cushion. We've got 1 minute, okay, to now get the ball back in and cushion. If you can make your pass nice and cushioned enough and it comes straight back that you can just keep it going without catching it, of course you're going to get more in. We're looking for the inside of our foot, just cushion it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it with the hands. I'm going to pop it in and catch. Pop it in and catch. Pop it in, play and catch. I'm just going to repeat that and I'm going to try and see how many we can get in 1 minute. If you're just joining us late, guys, I've explained already, it's a bit more of a technical one today with the ball going up in the air, potentially against a flat surface, back of the sofa, wall of the garden, door, up to you what you want to use, or, most importantly today, parents or partners. So if you've got siblings doing it, we can pass the ball in by just feeding the ball to them so they can play it back and they can work for a minute each. So if you are working in pairs or you want to work with your parent, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Okay, I'm putting my minute on my clock, but of course if you're just slightly behind me, set your own minute. So I've set my minute. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute to now, one more time, ball in, pass against the wall. That'll be 1, 2, 3. Okay, your minute is going to start in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So we're working for 60 seconds. We're going to try and count how many we do. Should be able to get hopefully in and around 1 per second. Faster you feed it in and pass the ball back, the more you're going to achieve. If of course you can try and do it without the catch, but with quality, we don't want balls going everywhere. So notice this is a bit faster, but then all of a sudden that starts to happen as the power comes into it. Okay, lost my rhythm now. Okay, so you're going to get back into that rhythm, and we're just going to work for 1 minute. Okay, so you guys carry on. I'll talk to the camera. Brian can explain anything. Hopefully, if you're joining late, some bits might not make necessary sense. Hopefully, if you're in tune and you've been here bang on from 4, hopefully I've explained it a bit for you. 10 seconds though for you guys who are doing this. Get that ball cushioned in against the wall. Catch, repeat. Play, catch, repeat. Play, catch, repeat. Inside of the foot, inside of the foot. Left foot, right foot. You choose what you want to use. Okay? And hold that one there. That's your 60 seconds done. Post your comments on how you did into the comments box at the bottom. Coach Brian's there. Coach Brian's having a quick drink. So obviously you might be a little bit behind, which is no problem at all. Depends on how you're setting yourself up. I'd like to think, I know the cooks very well, I'd like to think James is doing it and Mum's feeding the ball into him, hopefully. That'd be brilliant. I know, Joe, you know your football very well, so you're able to get that ball fed in for James and get it working. All right, if you're working as pairs, Oliver and Harrison, for example, you guys can work together. You can do a minute each, so Oliver could go first, then Harrison, up to you how you want to do it. So get your scores coming through. I'll give you just a little moment in between each one, because there's a little bit more time to worry and work with here. All right, if we go slightly past 4:30 today, it's no great issue. It's no problem at all. If you're just joining us, brilliant. Oh wow, gifts and emojis, love that. Not had many pictures going to the group before, love that. Excellent work, Joanne, brilliant, I knew you would. Okay, so great one to get the parents involved today as well. I know we've had a few parents joining in with a few of the activities so far throughout this online coaching. Next part, something you guys can set up. Well done, Brody and Philly, very good. As mentioned already, I've got a little target on the wall, nice little star I've made. I've stuck on with blue tack so it's not going to rip my paint off. If you can't do that, cones on the floor. I would say probably about 1 metre away from the wall, because we're going to now use this as a target to really test our accuracy and control in the weight of our pass. Okay, the power we put on it. If I smash the ball, it's going to go flying over, it's going to go straight into my TV. Not having that happen, so I'm going to use great weight of pass to try and make sure I can hit the cone or get as close to it as I possibly can. So I'm actually going to put it in the middle of the square. I'm also then going to stand here in about two floor tiles behind it. So when I make my pass, I'm firstly going to be aiming for my target here. If I can hit the target with a good weight of pass, hopefully that should come down and hit the cone. If I put too much power on it, it's going to go flying away or it's going to come straight back at me. So I want to make sure it bounces down quite nicely. So if I was doing this in the hands, okay, that's what we're looking for. I've hit the target on the wall and I've hit the cone as it comes back down. Easier with the hands. Can we now do it with our feet? That's the next challenge. So I'm going to give you a minute or two now to have a little practice. Okay, I don't want to talk for too long. I want you guys doing. So all I want you to do is, with the ball, try and pass the ball, hit a target that may be on the wall. If not on the wall, can you get that ball bouncing back down? With this one, you can just have the ball in a static position to start, give it a little drop, and then a cushion back. All right? I'm just going to try and see if we can hit that target. It's all about weight of pass. Some might drop short, some might be absolutely perfect. My first one was perfect, I haven't hit it since. Alright, but it's just an opportunity to practice and work that touch. All about the weight of the pass. If you get it in and around, brilliant. If you hit it exactly, even better. Coach Matt's not able to do it anymore. That was awful. Alright, but perseverance. Alright, so a little feed, cushion back in. Little feed, cushion back in. If you then get to that point where you get quite confident with this, you might not necessarily need to bounce it. You might just be able to just play. Just make sure there's nothing behind you that you're going to knock over. Like a TV or a can. What we want is the ball going in the air. So I'm firstly aiming for my target here, for it to then bounce back onto my static target on the floor. Okay, so notice I don't hit that too hard. That's the one. I've hit the target and I've hit my floor target. Real focus and concentration. There we go again. Got the hang of it now. Going to move across to my left foot. Left foot's not very good. Need to give it a bit of time, bit of practice, bit of work. Get back used to the ball being in the air. Got more things to consider when the ball's in the air. Maybe not so much here at you. Potentially here at Dubai with the weather we've had in the first part of the year. Wind, certainly back on the pitches in the UK, the turf and everything. For the questions of things like we can't, okay, I missed what happened before, I'm sure Brian can interject. If it's a case you can't do this, just get Finley Brody or yourself and somebody to stand apart, and we can just try and feed the ball into each other and cushion it back to try and hit a target in the middle, in between you. I'm presuming you can't see the video, so if it's that, ignore what I've just said. Alright? Rest of you just carry on. So we're going to go into the challenge in a moment. But just the cushion in, and we're just trying to drop that ball back. This is a lot harder, this one. A lot harder than just a passing exercise, a lot harder than a dribbling, a lot harder than a turning. But we're now 16 coaching sessions in, so we're starting to really ramp it up a bit, focusing on some of the tighter skills, if you will, things like these and the keep-ups and stuff. So, you can hear me. Hopefully everyone else can hear me. I'm not very good on the sign language side of things, so I can't help with that, unfortunately. Okay, hold it there. Right, we're going to have a little challenge now. I'm going to give you 1 minute. All right? If you need to make it, I found that obviously quite hard, let me hit it about 3 times. If you've got 2 targets and you want to increase your opportunity or success rate, give yourself 2. I'm going to keep it at 1. I'm going to challenge myself. If I get 0, I get 0. If I get none, I get none 0. So I'm trying to read the comments and talk at the same time. Okay, so hopefully you can all hear me. Fingers crossed. We're going to go into our next challenge. So I'm going to put a minute on my clock for the guys. So the same as we've just done, but 1 minute now. So now try and hit the target that might be on the floor. Okay? Only if it hits it can I give myself a point. Alright? Be critical in your scoring. Don't want to hear I got 3 million off this in 1 minute. It's not achievable. Alright? So 1 minute. I'm going to go for 30 seconds. You guys carry on, I'll talk after. Okay? 1 minute, starting from now. Off we go. Nice weight in the pass. I'm trying to take my catches out of it, so I've got more opportunity to make my passes, but of course the accuracy wanes, so I might just drop it into the hands now. Drop it into the hands. Whatever works best for you. Drop it in and play. There's 1 for me. There's 2 for me. Obviously, when we do this in coaching sessions and we do anything that's feeding related, for working what we like to call our magic boxes, and a player runs from one side of the box into the middle, or from the middle to the outside, 3 for me, to receive a pass, whether it's on the chest and a cushioned volley back, it's easier when there's people feeding. So if you've got people feeding, brilliant, makes it easier. I haven't got the ability for anyone to feed for me today. I'm just working with my wall. He's doing quite a good job. Doing a great job there. Well done, wall. Okay. And hold it there. 1 minute gone. Pop your score in. Should be a lot lower than the first one. Mine was 5. Just a 5 for me. Okay, so pop your score into the box below. We're only going on 60-second challenges at the moment. Five for Coach Matt. As I said, I'll just give you that little gap in between. The guys to get water, get a drink, put your scores in, or finish your challenge, if some of you are finishing. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you have done better than me. So it's going to be a lot lower than, of course, our first challenge, but this one's going to be a lot harder. Very good, Enzo. 67, Josh. How big's your target? Is it a swimming pool? There we go, it's better. Okay, so the score should be a lot lower on this one because we are working with a smaller target. That one's just really like to hone in the skills. That's like getting a cricket ball, you're bowling a set of cricket stumps in comparison to throwing a ball into a swimming pool. Example, you're going to get the ball in the pool 99% of the time, how many times are you going to hit a cricket stump by throwing it? Same in the concept here, how many times are you going to hit that target? A lot less than if I'm just saying how many can we do taking the target out. Very good scores coming through. Brian will talk to you in a moment about that. Right guys, this one. I'm just putting 2 cones side by side, but one over there, one here that you can see. If you haven't necessarily got cones, no worries, water bottles, socks, or just visual areas, you might just say edge of a tile, or just use the space that you know you're comfortable working in. Because what we're now going to do, we're going to add a little bit of fitness, we're going to be moving from left to right, and we're now going to be trying to play left, right, left, right. I'm going to take my target down now, because I don't need that anymore. Got it off without ripping the wall, my landlord will be happy. He might not be when he sees the holes in the wall and the dartboard, but that's another story. Okay, anyway, we're ready to rock and roll. So, some scores are still going in, not a problem. Don't need to worry about commenting on anyone else's scores. We're competing ourselves, obviously just trying to do the best that we can possibly do. Okay, so obviously some people might interpret the scoring wrong, so don't worry about that side of things. Let's just focus on what we're doing. All right, so left foot, right foot this time. We're going both feet. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. All right, so all I want to do, I'll put my two targets. I might need to move the back a little. I've probably gone a little bit unrealistic in my expectations of where I'm playing. As the ball goes into the wall, it's now going to come across to the other side. And what you need to do is alternate your feet. So we're going to go right foot and left foot. It means you probably need to make sure your ball bounces in the middle and we're stepping between it. If you can create a nice little V to give yourself less running, even better. We're looking for great weight of pass. The ball bounces up too high, that's going to happen. In a game, of course, we take a touch and play. So if you need to take a touch with either the thigh or the inside of your foot, no problem. If it comes high enough, it might be a touch on the chest. That's up to you. You make that decision in a game-related situation. If the ball comes at your chest, you're not going to, I've seen it happen, you're not going to try to put your leg up here. It doesn't work. You end up putting a hamstring or a groin or anything else in that leg. Okay, so if it comes up here, taking that ball on your chest. If it comes down here, take it with the thigh. If it comes up here, it's a soft touch with the head. So you can take and make that decision where that ball comes at you. Only you're going to determine where the ball comes from because you're the one making the pass. So what we're looking for is moving it from side to side in the air though. So it's left foot, right foot. Adjust to the wall, don't hit the elite sign. Awful pass from Coach Matt. So we just want to cushion it up into the air, give it a bit of elevation, move around the wall. One's gone to the side. I'm working in quite a tight space, so if it moves away, I'm just going to restart it. Make sure your space is safe enough to do so. Don't want you to break anything. So you guys carry on for another minute for me. Okay? Just going to keep an eye on comments coming in. Brian's, of course, in there as well. So working inside of the foot, nice little moves in between. Okay? As you move between those cones, make sure you get that weight of pass right as well. So left, moving back to the right. Ooh. That ball might come at you a bit quicker, depending on how much weight you've put on that pass. So I'm just going left foot, right foot. Changing my body shape, very important. From wall, so body shape, very key. Great weight of power, the inside of your foot. If it comes at you and it comes on the inside, there's no problem if you're improvising there, but we want to work on the inside of the foot there, okay? So you guys carry on. Just going to leave the ball there a second before we go into our challenge in just a moment's time. Lots of scores coming in. Coach Brian's in there monitoring those. I'm presuming it's Seb under Simon's account. Might not necessarily be a lie. Remember, some people might still be doing the first challenge, so it might not necessarily be in time with what we're doing. Some people logging on later, because I can see people logging on all the time. So don't forget, not everyone's in time with things. So focus on what you're doing. Don't worry about anyone else. All right, focus on your game. That's the only game that you can control, is your own game. Right, hold it there. Going to move it into a little challenge now. So this time, I'm going to give you, again, 60 seconds. All right, so 60 seconds. Score coming in already, but this time is the challenge time. So we're now going to go left foot, right foot, 60 seconds to try and score as many as you can. All right, so I'm going to give you 60 seconds on the clock. Try and compare it maybe to what you did in your first challenge. So if you scored 40 in your first challenge, or 37, or whatever your score was, going to try and look at beating that now, but using left foot, right foot. It's got to alternate, left, right, left, right. So your 60 seconds is starting now. Off we go. awful start. Come back. So looking for good accuracy in the pass, good way to pass, getting into a good rhythm with the ball in the air. Ruins it when it gets to my left foot. And it's a basketball session. Okay, and hold it there. That's 60 seconds, goes very quick. Okay, so pop your scores in. Some scores, I think people were counting their scores when we were just in our practice mode. So pop your scores in now. And what we got in a minute there. And what we can then do is move into our coach's challenge just after. There we go. Better scores, higher scores coming in now, that's better. Perfecto. Better scores coming in. Obviously bear in mind we've got different children, different ages. We've got under 6s all the way up to, I think Chris, I recognise, probably the oldest in here today. So Chris would be under 14s, under 15s, 16s now maybe, Chris? Okay, so lots of different ages in here. People working in different spaces. So again, only really comment on what you're doing individually. Can't affect what anyone else is doing, so they're in their own homes. What you can do is try and beat me now, because I'm going to go for it now. Very good. Oh, Philip and Florian are in the house. Didn't even see them on the comments. Hope you're well, Jens. Right. Once you've done that, have a quick drink. Get yourself rested and ready to go. Coach's challenge time. All right. It's very similar to what we've done so far, but now against me. Okay. So what we've done so far, we've fed out of the hand where we've just played against the wall. We've gone inside the foot. We've added the target in, we've gone to right foot and left foot, okay? What you're now going to do is using any foot, left, right, any order, with your feet out of the hands, okay? As long as the ball bounces against the wall and returns to you like that, that was 5 very quick ones in a row there, you are now going to see how many you can do. I'm going to give it 2 minutes now. I want to see some really high scores here. Okay, so we're going to do this for 2 minutes. It's going to be a little bit more hard work. All right, not 2 hours, 2 minutes, Coach Matt. All right, so we're now going to try. Nice, Finley Brony. Most people have beaten me in the challenges. Most people have beaten Brian, Hakeem, and Connor. Okay, which is good. It's just there to make it a bit more competitive for you. I'm going to give you a strict 2 minutes. Every time the ball hits the wall, and it must be aerial. We're not going on the floor. All right, we're in the air, so we need to make sure it's a cushion and a bounce. But every time you make a pass, you get a point. 2 minutes. All right, if you get into a good rhythm, brilliant. If the ball spills away, get back in nice and quickly. Right, 2 minutes on the clock this time. Everything's been 1 minute so far in the challenges. This one's a 2 minute one. Okay, I'm really going for it. I'm going to get myself into a good rhythm today. Inside to the foot, left foot or right foot. Bounce, play. Always a bounce and a pass. 3, 2, best of luck, 1, off we go. I'm going right foot only. Being uber competitive today. 10 seconds. And stop there. Keeping focus of that ball all the time is really what you need to focus on. It's very, very difficult to do. And that ball's coming back at you so quick, all the time. All right, so there, it's all about the way of the pass. If you make a good pass, which isn't always possible, all right, it's not always possible to be able to do that. But the better the pass that you give to your teammate, the likelihood is you're going to receive a better or as good a pass back. All right, so my pass is good against the wall, it's going to be good back. I'll tell you what, this is tight. 101, 106, 107, 108, 120. I got 103. And I spilled the ball away a few times. So this is tight, this is really good. So the balls are in there. So we've got some lower ones, some younger children, which is really good. Okay, so some very, very good scores in there. As I said, the scores in the competition is to just challenge yourself. What you can then do if you want to, you can go and do it again and try and beat your previous time. Because obviously what we do, we've only got 30 minutes to squeeze all this in. And in that time, we're trying to maybe get 3 challenges and a coach is challenging, as well as a warm-up and talk and engage with the camera. It's a lot going on. All right, so if you need to go and do it again, go and do it again. Go and give yourself another little go. And what you can then do is try and beat your previous score. So you'll probably remember that, I don't know, in my last challenge there, in 2 minutes I got 103. So I'm going to try and beat that the next time round. Right. Time's there. Just about half past. Very well done. Guys, we've got a lot of people who are doing these sessions 3 times a week with us and everything. Just as part of our relaunch in September, I did send a few messages out a week or 2 ago. If you could be so kind enough as to pop over to the reviews page on Facebook or Google, leave a little review, positive or developmental. It's up to you, be honest about it. That'd be brilliant. Obviously it's just part of our relaunch in September that we're very, very, very stringently focusing on. The team of coaches are working really hard at the moment to make sure that we are not even as good as we can be, the best that we can be come September, when obviously, well, even when we kick off again, whether that's September, whether that's June, who knows when that will be. So if you could do that, that'd be brilliant. Don't talk about me, talk about Elite in general, whether it's your favourite coach, whatever you want to talk about, all right? Obviously bear in mind at the moment it's all the live sessions, the educational stuff. There's a little different but yet exciting video that's going to be coming out on Tuesday. Myself and Coach Brian are going to be interviewing, albeit well, we've had it confirmed, so hopefully it all goes to plan, despite it being very late tomorrow night, a professional footballer from the Premier League tomorrow night. So we'll release the video about being a professional footballer, a day in the life of, and everything like that. So that's something really exciting that we're looking forward to and that we can then bring to you on Tuesday. So we're not going to name who. Hopefully he doesn't pull out. I'm leaving that with Coach Brian. So keep your eyes on that. Apart from that, educational challenge tomorrow, live session again on Tuesday. We're going to be focusing on keep-ups. I know a few people wanted keep-ups involved a few weeks ago, so we are now at the keep-ups one. So look forward to that on Tuesday. I'm going to go now. Time to move my living room back around and finish work off for the day. Gents, ladies, thanks for tuning in. Have a great afternoon, good evening, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye for now, guys.